All right, joining us now on Drive the Lane, Johnnie Dixon. JD, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. This is a long time coming. Obviously, we've gone back and forth a few times trying to make it work. And obviously, I'm glad the timing works out well. We're going to get into a lot of things. But first, Johnnie Dixon is one of Buckeye Nation's favorite sons. Catch them up to speed on what's going on in the life of Mr. Dixon.
Not much, man. Right now, really just enjoying my family. I'm not really too set on like playing football right now. So, I get to be home, be a husband, be a father. So life's been good, man. I can't complain.
Where did you get married?
We just did the courthouse. We did it quick before I headed out to play for the USFL last year. But one of these days we're gonna try to have something big. We gotta still figure that part out though.
Andrew's a part-time wedding planner, so let him know and he can help you out.
My mom's a wedding planner, but but in Chicago.
You're an assistant, huh?
Basically.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, JD, obviously a great Ohio State career, and we can get right into it, man. Everyone knows about your last season. Not a lot of people know about what led up to it. Would love to, walk us through your time at Ohio State, your time before Ohio State, getting to Ohio State. You've got one of the most unique stories in college football. For those who don't know, if you don't mind, share a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, I'm originally from, West Palm Beach, Florida. Grew up playing football all my life. A lot of people where I come from, our biggest thing is, just trying to make it to the NFL, seeing so many people before us and, things like that. So that always drove me to, try to be my best, when it came to playing. So, played all my life. I would say my career really took off when I transferred from one school to another one in high school. I ended up at William T. Dwyer, and I started getting recruited. I became one of the highly recruited guys in the area, and that was an experience. Something you never forget. It's really like something you see off a movie. So, that was pretty dope. I ended up picking Ohio State over Alabama and Miami, and to me, that was the best choice I could ever make. For my life. Football, things after football. So it was really important, and I came in a highly touted recruit. When you come in, you think you're going to be being able to play right away and things like that. I had my opportunities. I played in one of the first 3 games my freshman year, and just lingering knee issues and stuff like that just held me back, and set me back for 3 straight years of college ball. And some of the toughest times I say I went through in my life. Just trying to figure it out, and not really knowing if I'll be able to continue to play or not. And it actually led me to quitting for like 2 weeks. But that was a rough patch, trying to walk away from something like that, and it was something we did every day. So it was rough. I quit for 2 weeks, but I never stopped thinking about it. Thankful for the supporting cast I have. My fans and family. They continue to push me, and, they motivated me to come back. And, I ended up coming back for my last 2 years. And, I would say I ended up with a pretty good bang for myself. And that's all I could ever, want, at the end of it all. So, yeah, I appreciate the times I had there. Definitely made me to the man I am today.
Who are some of the players and coaches that you leaned on during those tough times, and then through your career at Ohio State?
I would say a big one was Paris. We talked every day. It's my brother, so he kept pushing me to come back. I'm like, man, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Maybe I'll come back and help coach or something like that. But I just didn't know if my knees would allow me to go out there and finish my career. So he was probably the biggest. Him, Terry pushed too. 3 amigos, they called us. We came in together. We all wrote it out 5 years together. So those 2 dudes, I wanted to come back and help them, help our group, because I was going to be one of the oldest guys on the team. So I thought it was important, and they wanted me. So it made it that much more. I don't know. It made it easy for me to, come back and, lay my body on the line for him. And Hardline was big in my corner then. He just started helping us out maybe a month before, and he actually became like a coach, GA type of thing. And I think I talked to him every other day, if not every day. He was a big one. Coach Day, I sat down with him, Coach Wilson, Coach Meyer, Zach Smith, so many people, man. It was inspirational, honestly. They made me feel like, they needed me and they wanted me there. So, why not come back and, give it my all and try again?
One guy that gets a ton of love, but I think me being a student athlete at Ohio State maybe knew a little bit more about than some other guys is Coach Mick. And that seems like a guy.
Yeah, Coach Mick too.
Yeah, that seems like a guy that whenever Coach Meyer would come in and talk to our team, he would look at our strength coach and be like, that's the guy who sets the tone for the entire program. I would love to hear your take and your, obviously you were being smart. You were saving him to give him his own special shout out,
Absolutely.
Yeah. What does Coach Mick mean to not only a guy who's struggling like you, but a guy like CJ Stroud, who is trying to become the number 1 pick in the NFL draft?
Right. Big apologies, Coach Mick, if you happen to see this. You're definitely a big part of my life and my career. He tried so many different things. Adam Stewart as well. Stewie, I'm so sorry. I love you.
Yeah,
but
definitely don't forget
those two guys. Yeah, I can't forget Stewie. I can't. He's such a big part of the story as well. But those two guys, man, they tried everything in the book, just to try to get me right. Those 3 years of being. I remember 1 year, dude, I was squatting 3 times a week, just trying to build up my quad muscle so I can, go out there and, be all right. And that was, it was fun. I'll tell you that. But both those guys hand in hand, I mean, in the whole, weight staff, it was, numerous dudes there that, put in the effort, the time. Also with the PT guys as well. Them dudes go hand in hand, man. And to me, they're the most important people in the program, more important than coaches. The players are the most important, but without those guys, you won't make it through a lot of stuff, from mental, physical. Those dudes really build you up to basically, turn you to a machine, I would say. Yeah. It's so much I can say about those dudes because they're so important. And just through my journey of life, away from football, they've always been so motivating, just being able to just go sit in their office and talk with them for an hour, 2 hours, So definitely important to the development of, guys on and off the field.
You mentioned earlier Paris Campbell, Brian Hartline, Terry McLaurin. Common theme between yourself and them is wide receiver. This is a pretty big question. People might get mad at you for the answer. Your senior year wide receiver room against last year's Ohio State wide receiver room. Who are you taking?
So I'm going to take the guys from last year, and I'm going to tell you why. Just because they came in more polished than us right away. I think if roles were reversed and they came in early and we came in later, then in my opinion, we'd blow them out the water. And I love those guys. Chris is one of my favorite dudes I've ever played with. I didn't get a chance to play with Garrett and Jackson, but Chris, man, from day one I knew he was special. I think he was a 3-star recruit, but easily could have been a 5-star. Definitely probably the best receiver in that class coming out, if not, top 3, top 2, whatever. But no, those kids are special, man. Those are some special cats, and that group was just they were pretty special. And Coach Hartline, he's a brilliant coach. He knows all the drills, everything. So that's why you're going to see this group continue to be great. Over the years, he's going to get wherever player he wants. And if you don't want to come play for him, you're crazy. Can you imagine if your senior year, someone said to you, hey, in 3 years, the Ohio State wide receiver room is going to be even better than the wide receiver room right now? Like, what would you have said to a time traveler at that point? Absolutely. I would agree. just from him being a young coach at the time, he was fresh out the league, but I feel like he made us better. We were doing different things, we were running different routes, doing different techniques, and no diss to Zach because he worked his butt off too. He gave us a lot of stuff that I still use to this day. If I'm helping somebody out, but Hartline, man, he's a special cat. When it comes to coaching, and personally, I hope he never leaves. And I don't know if he ever leaves because he's Buckeye through and through.
We like to joke on the show all the time that he's got to have either a lifetime contract or like a coach in waiting sort of. You'll be the head coach one day if you are here long enough.
He should.
Like,
yeah,
he has
he should.
to. He has to.
He should.
100%.
There'll be good hands to lead the program. Just like when Coach Meyer left and he left it to Coach Day. I'm like, that's one of the best things you could do. There's no need to go out and hire anybody else because we got everything we need right here in the house. And I remember just like the transition and stuff when we were in bowl season. I'm just like, one thing I don't know if Coach Day remembered this, but I told him one day I pulled him. We were stretching. I put him to the side. I was like, man, never stop being you. People are going to play for you just because of the person you are. You just from day one of me meeting him and him wanting me to come back and play for him. This dude doesn't even know me. So like just leaving out and just seeing him over time grow as a coach and as a person, man, he's another special dude that he's going to be good for a long time, and people are going to love to play for him just because the person he is.
What do you think the main difference between him and Coach Meyer is or was? Not obviously they have different X's and O's styles, but on top of that, what do you think the biggest difference between the two is?
Coach Dave's more laid back. Coach Myers, man, he's a football guy, all day, every day. Well, I won't say all day, every day, but when he's in that building, he's football, and I always respected him for it because that's who he was, and that's who he is. So, yeah, I would say Coach Dave's way laid back though. Coach Meyer doesn't play no games, man. That's my guy though. Both of them, I love them both.
So before we talk a little more about your career, the Ohio State team right now is on a roll. Joey and I like to joke that the games are boring, and we would like, maybe one close game. Like it doesn't even need to be close in the third quarter, just the second quarter. But as a guy who's been on a wide variety of Ohio State teams, do you think this Ohio State team needs a test at some point to better themselves for, potential championship run?
Yeah, you always need a test. With this game of football, you can never just go. Some team, it happens. Some people just go straight through and they win it all. But you got to have that test, man, because when it comes to you come to a Michigan game, a team up north game, and it gets real chippy, and those games aren't always blowouts. So you got to have a little something to you once you come to a game like that. So I think it's important to have at least one of those games before you get on the biggest stage of them all at the end of the year.
So it's funny Andrew mentioned that, because one thing that I'm going to try and bring this up out of you without just point blank asking. But you were a part of plenty of amazing games at Ohio State, plenty of close games, plenty of blowouts. Mm-hmm. What was your, selfishly, whether it's a few or just one, your favorite moment at Ohio State?
I would just say that game against Penn State as a whole.
Good.
Yeah, you already know. You already know. My game, but not even just me and what I was able to do that day, just my team and being able to fight the way we did, man. That's what really makes the brotherhood. And when you're going through all these hard workouts and mat drills and sled pushes, in the summer, that's what it's building you for a game like that. So, man, that was I got chills right now, talking about it. That's just how crazy it was, and just to see the guys' faces, some dudes crying, and it was special, man. And I'm pretty sure you've probably been in a game like that, and you're at least seen the game like that. So yeah, that's one I will.
I didn't know if that was on purpose or not.
I didn't know if he was gonna catch it or not.
No, that's good. That's good.
But it was just a special night, and it's something I can't wait to show my kids when they get a little older and they're able to understand. My football career didn't go the way I wanted, but I always got that memory. Something you can't take from me, ever.
when Saquon returned the opening kick in that game, were you like we're done, or were you like, all right, time to go to work?
No, I wasn't. I didn't say we're done, but I say, "Ooh, man, it's gonna be a long game." Because I've seen him. I saw him a few years up to that point, and he was one of the most special players I ever seen or played against. And just to set the game off like that, it's always like, oh, here we go again. It's about to be a crazy one. But we were just able to battle that whole day, man, and the brotherhood really showed that day.
Let me ask you a two-part question based on Saquon. Who's the best player you played with and the best player you played against at Ohio State?
Dang. Best player I played with. I don't know. Honestly, dude, I don't know, man. I was
rattle off a few for different reasons. That's not fair.
Okay.
It's not
So I'm gonna go Braxton. I didn't get to see the full Braxton experience as a quarterback. Well, actually, I went and watched him against Wisconsin. I took a visit that day, but watching him just transition to receiver was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I remember he used to ask me stuff like, "How you do this with your?" I'm like, "Dude, like you're really doing it right now, but you don't even realize it. That you're just such a natural." Braxton, Mike, dude, the most competitive dude I've ever seen in my life. The most competitive dude I ever seen, and anybody that's ever played with him will probably tell you that. He was just
Mike Thomas.
Special. Yeah, Mike Thomas, Paris, Terry, JT's, my brother Dwayne, man, rest in peace. Defense, you got Marshawn, you got Denzel, you got Raekwon.
Who did you hate to go up against the most out of
Denzel?
Yeah.
Denzel Ward. He just did this little thing where he could grab your arm, and then he was like so fast that you can beat him on a double move, but just rest assured he's gonna be there to make the play. Marshawn was another one that he was hard to shake. Me and Gary had a lot of good battles early on, and he was a special talent too. Yeah, Gary on. I don't know.
It's not fair. It's so funny because when people ask me that question, it's pretty easy because I only have 11, 12, 13 teammates a year. You have 75 teammates a year.
And I got 20 new ones every year.
Right. And you got 17 that go to the NFL every year. So
exactly. So it's hard to answer that question because I play with I know I missed a lot of people, but dude, it's so much talent that comes through those halls that it's insane.
So then what about guys that you played against? Who are some of the guys that stick out, whether they're Big Ten guys or not?
Man, honestly, no better people than the dudes that I was playing against every day. If I'm being real, I'm being real. Like you see those guys are like doing it big in the league. Like that's the best of the best. We win against each other every day.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't go against nobody outside of those guys better than them.
I love that answer.
I'm being serious. Like not even Ohio State thing. I'm being serious. Like
you're like all the Ohio State guys, but then like Saquon was nuts.
Yeah, but I played offense, so I didn't really.
Right. It's so different than basketball.
Yeah, but then you see Zeke. I forgot Zeke. Like, dude, come on, J.K., Mike Weber before he was injured. Like those dudes were, So it's like, but I would say Saquon, even though I played offense, Saquon was definitely one of those guys.
So I have so many more questions like that, and I know Andrew's trying to ask one, but one thing that me and Andrew I know are both curious about is the year that no one knew if JT or Cardale was starting. Was JT ever starting?
Or 2015?
It would have been my
15-16.
Yeah, it would have been my
the year after the championship.
Yeah.
After the championship. Yeah, so I think Cardale had the keys at first. I'm not sure.
Because I
think it was Cardale first. Yeah, because that run for the championship was insane.
Right.
Like he made his name off those 3 games? 3-4 games. He's got one of the craziest arms I've ever seen in my life. Him and Dwayne are just those dudes can throw the ball like this, and it's gonna go 100 yards down the field. So I don't remember actually how that went, but I know all those guys got a chance. Well, both those guys got a chance to hold the torch that year for sure.
I have a Ohio State trivia question for you.
No, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me.
No, I
Come on.
think you'll be able to.
Let me go ahead and mess it up right now. Come on.
So, one of your former teammates has the most touchdown passes in Ohio State history, and it's also the most in Big Ten history. Who is that player?
Dwayne. Oh no, it's JT. I'm tripping.
JT
Dwayne had the most in one season, right?
Yeah, Dwayne had the most in one season. Crazy about Dwayne. 54 for his career, 50 in one
50
season.
in 1 year. Yeah, we went crazy that year.
Yeah.
And like if we had one more year in that offense, dude, we would have blew it out the waters. I think he would have went for 60 plus.
Yeah,
he was a special cat.
The follow-up question is, who's second career?
I played with him? So
no.
I know the answer.
Is it Troy Smith?
No.
No.
You're thinking too hard.
To Justin Fields.
It's Justin Fields. I think Jake's record is so unbreakable because if anyone's close to him after 3 years, they're a pro first overall pick. Yeah, like his record will never be broken.
People don't appreciate that man, but he's one of the best leaders I've ever played.
As a fan,
but a lot of people don't though.
Well,
but a lot of people don't.
Like, outside of Ohio State, he's very underappreciated. Inside Ohio State,
even inside.
You're right. You're right. You're right, because it's so funny because as effective as he was, I mean, he wasn't an NFL quarterback. Like, he had flaws, but he was unbelievable.
The 3 quarterbacks after him, Stroud, Wilby, were all first-round picks,
which is insane.
Yeah.
Where is he now?
JT was special though, man. He's coaching with the Lions. I think he's still there.
Right. God,
he was there. I had a workout with him earlier. Yeah, he was
there. He's got to be. Here's another. You obviously saw some of the best Ohio State quarterbacks. We haven't even talked about Joe Burrow. Like,
that's dude.
Oh my God. Did you know he had it the way that you thought Chris Olave had it?
Yes. He had, the little X-ray with the dog in him.
Yeah.
that was probably his. That was probably his X-ray. Not gonna lie to you, that was probably his X-ray. That cat, man, and just the way he carried himself, the way he worked, he was special, man. Like, I think that's the only time I wanted to cry when a dude left. Like, the day he left, we all went out to have some drinks, and it was a sad night. Like, bro, I don't want you to leave.
Yeah.
Like, that was my goal. But I'm so happy for him though. He went out there and showed what he can do on the biggest stages.
It worked out for him and Dwayne, right? They were incredible.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was, to me, that was probably going to be a hard choice to decide out of those guys because they both brought so much to the table. And you can't sit here and say that we went wrong with picking Dwayne because, we did special things.
We had the best individual season in Big Ten history.
Exactly. And Joe went on to do his thing in the SEC. So, hello. It was a win-win. Either way we win, it was going to be a win-win.
What do you have to say to people who think it's not fair that Ohio State claims Joe Burrow?
Crazy. You go ask him that. He claims it. When you put as much work and time into something as he did, he graduated from there. Like, he's a Buckeye through and through. Like, you can't take that away from him, or you can't take it away from, Buckeye Nation. He'll tell you he's a Buckeye. So,
better not take it from Buckeye Nation.
Johnny,
he's the only dude I ever saw transfer. And one day I walked in the locker room. Dude was in the locker room. He's a Buckeye.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming back after transferring to being just sitting in the locker room chilling. And everybody's huddled around. I'm like, who the hell is everybody huddled around? It's Joey B, the guy with the dog in him. That's who it was.
You see that X-ray with the dog in him? Yeah, that's it. That's his X-ray.
That's it. I promise you, he's probably got it hung up in his house somewhere.
With the glasses right next to him.
No, he was a special one.
Johnny, I got one last question for you. So, Joey probably has a basketball teammate like this. I have a bunch of friends like this that can kind of just party, eat whatever they want, do whatever they want, not work out for a week, and just be good to go when they need to. So who of your former teammates was like, no matter what they did the night before, was just ready to go?
Hey, I'm not answering this one. But just know he was one of the best to lace him up. Just know that. But I'm not answering that.
Okay.
All right. What about the freak?
Had a dog in him.
Rephrase. Well, I got two. My last question is going to be a great last question, but this question: who's the biggest, most underrated, maybe not as well known as these other guys are, just freak for whatever reason?
That I play with?
Yeah.
Underrated. We had this one dude one year. He was a walk-on. He used to run on all fours. That was probably the freakiest dude I ever seen.
That's not. I don't feel like that.
No. Dude, I don't know.
Like you saw, this guy he could throw the ball 60 yards, and he could play wide receiver. He could play cornerback, and he could dunk, and he never touched.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Cardell's probably one of those dudes that could go out there, throw it 100. He's not like the most athletic, but running the ball, but he can hoop. Like, he's pretty elite at hooping as well. So I'm trying to think though. Like, Marcus Ball was a freak. He can dunk. No. I got you. Rashad Berry, easily.
He won the dunk contest, didn't he?
Yes, he's the freakiest dude I ever seen in my life. Makes no sense. Like, he was made in a good gene pool. I'll tell you that. That kid, he was a freak. he could jump out the gym. He can run. He can hoop, like elite hooper as well.
So that's perfect transition. My last question, and Andrew, I don't know if you have one or not after me, but my last one. CJ Stroud came out, and I judged the dunk contest with him like the other day for Ohio State basketball. I didn't bring this up, even though we talked about it a lot with the coaches, and like Sonny Styles was out there, and Kate Stover and all these guys, and they were like, yeah, we could beat – CJ's like, we would beat the basketball team in basketball. What do you think about that?
You got to know your boundaries. You got to know what you're great at and probably what you're decent at compared to guys that do it every day. It's like y'all saying, go out there and beat y'all at football. It's
right.
It's probably not even going to be a good game, to be real.
Okay.
It's probably not going to be a good game. So, yeah, they got to, we football players, though. You got to understand that it comes with who we are. We think we're good at everything. And most of the time, we're pretty average at other things. So,
listen, we would play with you guys at jail, and like Gary Allen was great. Malik Hooker was great. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's just there's levels, like you said. There's levels.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all do it every day. We're not hooping every day. We're good to throw some shots up.
I just like we couldn't play in a 15-minute quarter of football. You guys couldn't play in a 40-minute game. You'd be dead.
No, dude, I'm gonna get mad after running up 3 or 4 times. I'm done. Coach, pull me.
Exactly. And CJ was a great high school player, but so was I, and I don't play at all. So like, you just gotta.
You feel me?
Yeah, you just gotta.
Yeah, you gotta.
Come on, CJ. That makes me feel terrible if you think the football players can beat us.
No, because then it's kind of disrespectful. If we've been real, it's kind of disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful, but Holtman had the best spin zone ever. He was like, look, do I agree with what CJ's saying? Absolutely not. But I would want my quarterback, my QB1, to be talking like that. That's good. That's good confidence.
Absolutely. Like you have to talk like that. And I love Coach, by the way. He's a great dude. But, you got to be like that. You got to be confident. I'll take it. But they're not going to win.
Well,
no chance.
All right, good. At least one of you guys has a head on your shoulders.
Yeah. I'm more mature now. Maybe you asked me this when I was at school. I probably
100%. Yeah.
But then I'll go back and like, no, not really.
So funny.
All right, Johnny, before we get you out of here, we're going to end this how we end every single episode of the show. And it's presented by our presenting sponsor, Brain Fuel. If you're ever tired, the kids are driving you crazy, get some Brain Fuel. But the way we end it is we turn the tables on you. you've been asked a billion questions by media in your years. Do you have any questions for us?
What's your best part about doing this podcast, and what led you guys to doing it?
Andrew?
Both you guys. Don't pass the question now.
Well, the best part is like hearing your guys' perspectives on cool moments that all the listeners know about, whether it's, Keita Bates-Diop talking about like a buzzer beater against Purdue, which obviously Joey's been in some of those moments, but like you giving your perspective of like how you felt after Saquon scored opening kick versus like how the fans were like, oh my God, there's no way we can win this game. And then you do your thing and it's like, this is the craziest, greatest game ever. Like it's cool hearing, the players' perspectives, not just listening to it, but actually being the ones like engaged in the conversations about it. So that's the coolest part is like being a part of the conversation.
Oh, that's dope. Absolutely.
I like selfishly getting to catch up with a lot of my teammates and shoot the shit with them for a long time, getting to talk with guys in the basketball world during basketball season, guys in the football world, getting to, rekindle relationship with guys like you, right? Like we had Terry on the show, and when the last time I had talked to Terry was when I went to spring football practice and we sat on the sideline having never spoke before and talked for an hour, like just shooting the shit, so stuff like that is really fun. I mean, the commonality of us all being Buckeyes for the most part that come on this show is really fun. I know we started this show, me and Andrew, as a way to, Andrew's idea for it was basically like, hey, I know all the stuff behind the scenes. A lot of people want to hear about your stories that you couldn't share when you were in school, and you have some unique ones. Like, let's put that out there and talk to some fun guys, right? Like getting to talk to Coach Holtman as not a basketball player anymore and interviewing him is way more fun than when I talked to him as a basketball player, right? So stuff like that. Getting to go to Coach Mata's house and sit at his dining room table with him and literally sit there for an hour. And, he was fired as the head coach of Ohio State, and you get to talk to him about that stuff is like, that's shit you just don't get to talk about every day. So it's been fun to just relive the past in a sense, but also like talk. And like you said, we're all more mature now and can look back at things in different ways. And it's, when you're a big Ohio State fan your whole life, to get to interview Jared Sullinger and John Diebler is pretty fun, right? So, this is very unique. I did not, if you would have asked me as a sophomore in college if I was going to be interviewing you on my own show, I think I'd call you crazy. Even though, Andrew, I know you know this, like you two are like two of like only 20 people that have a Towel Gang shirt, which is hilarious. Do you have any idea?
I had it on the other day.
Oh, did you? Let's go.
I had it on the other day. I still got them. Yeah. All right. Life, my way.
Good. Yeah, I mean, that's so funny. I mean, like my family has them, and then like I have like 6 friends that have them, and then guys at Ohio State, and like that's it. So
I remember you dropping it off to my house with your mom.
Yeah, my mom, Andrew, I think this is the biggest Johnnie Dixon fan on the planet. My mom and my aunt, and I didn't even tell my mom you were coming on. So I'll tell her that she says I love you and hi. And if you have a message to her, that would make her day. If you want to say, her name's Nancy. If you want to say hi to her, I know she's listening.
Nancy, man, I just want to let you know, I appreciate you being a fan of Johnnie Dixon. I always love everybody that loves me, man. I'm just a big, soulful, lovable guy. And, I appreciate it all, so hope you're doing well, and thank you, for being there again.
That'll make her night. John, you got anything else for us, man? Something outside of the box, something not about sports? The floor is yours, man. It's your show for the next few minutes.
Could I have cursed this whole time? Because you said shit twice. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed now. I've been holding back my words.
All right, we can start over. You want to just start over?
Wait,
no, you're not gonna get good answers no more.
Are you kind of fucking pissed?
Kind of fucking pissed, man.
Andrew, did you press record?
Oh
did,
my
yeah.
God, no way. I think I forgot to hit record, Johnny.
No, it's recording at the top left. I see it.
Oh.
I had to accept it. You remember?
You're good. You're
Been on a
good.
couple of these Zoom calls before, my
Yeah.
friend.
We haven't really gotten anybody with that before. Maybe
We
after.
got people. We can get people in person when it doesn't say on Zoom like
Oh yeah.
recording has begun or whatever.
Yeah, I'm the class clown. So you can't really get me. I'm the one that gets people, you know? So yeah,
what's the best prank you had at Ohio State? Last question.
You know, I didn't do many pranks. I'm just a jokester. I'm a shit talker all day, make people laugh kind of guy. You're like, that's just me. If you ask anybody.
Who was your favorite? Obviously the guys would come in and talk to you guys before games. Like whether they were Big Ten Network guys or ESPN guys or Fox guys. Who was your favorite guy to talk to then? Because I know they're trying to have fun and they get serious answers, but they want to make funny videos also.
Damn, I can't remember the one dude from Big Ten that we did the Step Brothers vid with, me and P.
Yeah, Mike Hall.
He was fucking awesome.
We love
He was
Mike
great.
Hall.
And his personality was great, dude. We did one more. It was like 5 of us. We were doing like trivia, like just answering questions. So he was definitely one of the dopest dudes, I would say. Just his personality alone, man. You know, when you can make us laugh, you know, you got it. You know, you're special kind of.
I know you saw the video with Mike Hall that he made with Mike Hall.
I have not seen that one.
Okay, we'll send that to you. It's so good.
Yeah,
that's fun. And then Gus Johnson obviously loves you. That's the last thing.
Yeah, I never talked to him.
Really?
I gotta have a conversation. Like, come on, dude. He's called some of the. He called one play for me against Big Ten. It was like, man, he is caught. And it was like perfect, like with my hand signal, dude. One day I gotta be able to meet this guy, man.
You have you would score and he would go, Johnnie Dixon.
Johnnie D. Coach Mick will not like Coach Mick. That's his Johnnie D. Like, yeah, that everybody called me Johnnie D now because of Gus, man. So one day I definitely gotta be able to meet that guy, man. He's crazy. Oh some of the best calls I ever seen, like when Denzel hit the one guy. He's like, "You invite me to the barbecue? Hurt my feelings."
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna clip this. We're gonna clip this and tweet at him for sure. Like, oh my, that has to be done. That's amazing that you got. Even I've met him. That doesn't seem fair.
Really? Before me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be in the top.
That hurt your feelings.
I hurt my feelings.
That's good.
No, I definitely got to meet that guy one day, man. He was special. But yeah, the dude from Mike from Big Ten, he was. The big brother, the Step Brothers thing we did was funny. It was amazing. It was a good time too. It took us like 2 hours, but it was good.
That's amazing. Well, JD, we appreciate you, man. This was a blast. A long time coming.
Absolutely.
We've had you. We've had Terry. I guess we need to have Paris now.
You got to have Paris.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
Me and P talk every day. We're going to be on the game here in a little bit, so I'll let him know.
Good. Yeah, put in a good word after that touchdown. He might be a little bit even more too big time for us now.
Nah, Paris is still level-headed, man. Paris and Terry are still the same guys we always know. Just got a lot more money, but they're the same guys.
Good.
Yeah, we play the game. We play the game like every night, so yeah.
Good, perfect. We would love to complete the trio. This was a blast, man. Seriously, we'd love to have you on again soon. Whenever you're feeling up to it again. You're a recurring guest now, so it's like kind of your obligation to spend some time with us at least once a season now.
Say less. Just hit me up, man. I ain't doing nothing much. Just doing a little cooking, a little family time, finishing up my book, with my good friend Johnny Dawson. So be on the lookout for that coming soon.
Once that's out, you'll come back on and do a little promo.
I will. Nope. Yeah, I will. Absolutely, I will.
You can read like a little excerpt from it on the show.
I don't know about that. I'll let y'all handle that. I don't read out loud. I got to pre-read.
Call it Drive the Lane, the audio episode, and it's just, or the audio book episode, and it's just Johnny reading the first chapter of his book and call it a day.
Gee, really, I don't even want to hear my voice like that. No, I'll let Morgan Freeman do it.
Ooh. You know what you should actually do? is get Gus Johnson to do the audiobook.
Yes.
Yo, that everybody will listen because he will have you excited. You know, some of them dudes be boring when they read. He's gonna have you like driving to work 10 and 2, ready to go.
He's just yelling your book.
And I was raised in Florida. I'm telling you, everybody's gonna enjoy that though, for sure.
That's good.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh man. Well, all right. We'll let you go be dad. We appreciate you, man. This was so fun.
Absolutely, yeah, man. It's definitely probably one of the best ones I've done. You know,
Good.
definitely fun.
Yes, number one. Number one. He cut out for a second, but he said number one.
Number one, man. Y'all keep good.
Definitely,
Y'all keep up
probably.
the good work, man. Y'all keep up the good work. So keep getting those amazing guests, and y'all gonna be all right for sure.
Thanks, dude.
We appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right. Peace, brother.
Peace out.
Clocking out early, that's the dish I don't like. Been getting paid since I was riding on the bike. Hit the pedal with the 8th, hopping on the 9th flight. I've been chilling out of sight, I'll be at the bar tonight. Told the bartender, go and take my card to swipe. You try the same thing, but your card get declined. White rappers nowadays, no, we're not too hard to find. I'm so dapper with my ways, I'm gonna linger in your mind. Always told me good things will come to those who are patient, but I've been way too patient, writing bars in my basement. I'm anxious in the real world, it's time for me to say this. The basics, the talent in my mind, I can't waste it. My life is too safe, it's my time for risk taking. I'm baking my mind, every day is the same ish. Lazy, my grind needs to get a new facelift. Coming from the underground and busting through the pavement. Rock with it and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Don't think that I'm playing because I'm saving the game, and I said that I will be more because oh yeah, that is so raving, racing and pacing around all these lames in my lane, out my way, unless you're trying to pay me. Not from the playpen, it's coming from the jungle. When you hear the bell, you better be ready to rumble because I'ma grab the gloves and I'm gonna flex my muscles. Go ahead and spit some bars, but you're probably just gonna mumble. A lot of rappers these days really need to get them humble because they think they at the top, they better stop before they stumble. Cause I'm swiping all their biddies while they swiping right on Bumble. And your girlie calls me daddy, but she only calls you uncle.